The blacktop piece, I'll pass that out to you.
They're on rotation to get it pretty quick.
Say that again.
They're on rotation, Fox River and Trailside to be up
Yeah.
as soon as they get
Okay,
that.
so the first one that's coming around, this is Fox River, and there's a picture on page 2 as far, because they color coded it and did like a Google Earth type of a thing,
Cool.
so you can follow.
Is that the one where she wanted to add?
That's on there, you got.
Okay, that's,
He only left me with 5, so I just. All right, so if you open it up, options 1 and 2 have to deal with the canopy where the kids get dropped off in the morning on the cafeteria side of the building. And the recommendation that there is a small portion of asphalt, but the lighter blue would actually be concrete, just because of all the settling that goes on. The concrete is more reliable, I guess, and it would all have to be done, as far as the asphalt, all have to be done by hand labor because of the pillars and the size and everything. Option 2, the yellow and pink, deals with the basketball court right across from our meeting room here. And the thought is there that they would just have one repaving, and what I mean by one repaving is one basketball court. And then the other portion of that space would actually be done a little bit differently and kind of created, I don't know if any of you have been over to Echo Park in Burlington, but they've got some recreation types of things set out there, and so that's what the vision was there, is having that available for the community. Option 3 with the blue, that's behind the building for the buses and angled parking, if you see that.
we had talked about that at
Quite a bit,
Building and Grounds.
and Paul was a real strong advocate to get that.
I think we could maybe hit the group from the Balloon Fest too to help out with that maybe, since that will benefit them for parking.
Oh, okay.
You know, the Balloon Fest brings in quite a bit of money, and they show us some love back to us.
And then the last piece is the orange strip under option 4. And Darlene had mentioned this to you 1 month or 2 months ago,
2
as
months
far
ago.
as a safe walkway along the side of the building.
Well, I think you definitely need option 4. I'm questioning option 1, install concrete. Why would you install concrete there?
The rationale was is it's going to last longer and it doesn't require as much maintenance, and apparently the asphalt sinks faster and cracks more.
Probably because all the buses park there,
So
right?
Plus, there's some parking all the way across the back too, though, now.
Well, my question is, if you're gonna do option 3, asphalt for the busing in the morning, that's what the intent is? So therefore, I think just repaving that area out there should be more than adequate with asphalt.
1 and 2
Is that-
asphalt.
1 and 2 asphalt. So I was thinking if this whole thing is asphalt out here, just repaving it to get rid of the, because right now it's wavy and stuff, right? Yeah,
yes,
and if you did the option 3 upper one there with the busing area on the backside, that blue one.
Is that primarily the thought there for buses, the option 3?
right.
It was because of the 2 rows of buses, especially during the winter, they get pretty close to the snowbanks.
Okay.
Since the buses come in there now. The other thought was it also gives us extra parking
Right,
for
so
doing
everybody parks
concerts
on the
and
grass
that.
there
yeah.
anyway.
And,
Sports
and I
and
said-
everything else.
on Saturdays, they'll give you extra parking for recreational. Plus then it'll also, for the Balloon Fest, give some more parking back there. That's why I said we could maybe hit, you know, the chamber for a little extra money on that.
Sure.
Or that, you know, recreational department has so much cash.
Well, that's my question on option 2, because option 2 to me, either it turns into green space and get rid of it completely, because nobody uses it, or make it a useful area.
We had talked about that at one time for parking overflow too.
And I think that's a rec department expense on those options. Option 2.
Okay.
What you think, Bob? Did you make it usable for the rec department?
Is it used now extensively? It looks, I happened to just drive by it today and it looked pretty rough to me.
Yeah, it's rough.
Skateboarding.
It's rough.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Skateboarding's about it.
I was wondering how often
We
it's even
moved one of the
used.
basketball courts away from there because they didn't really need it. And we had talked about, you know, overflow parking out there again for concerts and that, but yeah, it's pretty rough right now. It needs some work.
Yeah.
If you pave the whole thing across, make an extra parking, and a rec department thing, and put some lines out for rec stuff, or, as far as I'm concerned, rip it up, put grass down, and make a area.
we were gonna do that,
Added parking would be beneficial.
It would be.
only because there again, for during the rush on Saturdays, you have car parking on both sides on that loop. You won't get emergency vehicles through. And we had talked, he was
I
supposed
remember
to,
that.
he was gonna do it
If
during the
you're gonna
winter, but we
get
had
some parking
approved putting no
behind the
parking
school,
signs on this loop,
that's
on the inner
Sunday,
part of
Yeah,
it.
we're parking in both.
Just to leave it in case you have to get a squad or heaven forbid a fire truck. And you're never gonna do it.
So that's the Fox River piece, then, there's also some numbers related to trailside, I'll just pass those around real fast.
That's just resurfacing on trail side?
One is resurfacing the whole lot, the whole parking lot, and then the second piece is there's some, buckling or heaving and some holes in the playground,
Oh, on the back?
yes.
On the back loop, is that what you're saying?
No, on the playground
The
itself.
playground itself, I'll have to take a ride back, I'll take a look again. I do remember one spot there when I was there last week though.
You know, just to back up 1 second real quick.
Sure.